Let's take you up to the mountain though right now because it's beautiful. There's timberline, snow in the air. There's already been over a foot new from this weather system, and there'll be another foot new by the time we roll into tomorrow, probably 2 feet new by Saturday. 24 degrees, 13 inches new at Timberline, so great conditions up there. Doppler radar is interesting. You can see the snow in the Cascades, the rain over the valley, some of which is getting heavy, but also notice now we're seeing a line here, sort of a back edge to the steady rain that we've been dealing with all night, which is what we thought would happen. So it's going to break on up into showers later on tonight. With the heavy precipitation, some of this may fall as snow in Forest Grove, some of the communities along the east slopes of the Coast Range, but that would be it. The valleys, we're in the 40s, and it is just going to be a cold rain. The rain's beginning to add up to nearly half an inch at McMinnville, 2,100ths of an inch in Portland, 3,500ths of an inch in Scappoose, and lesser amounts, surprisingly enough, out at Tillamook. Now, look at the east winds. Sustained about 20 to 22 miles an hour on the east side of town, but they extend all the way offshore like this. So it's a pretty good east wind. Now we're seeing a wind shift, though, in the valley. Southwesterlies at McMinnville, southwesterlies in Salem, indicating that that changeover from the east wind to the south wind is occurring, and that's going to ensure that we don't get any snow in the valley. We'll stop talking about valley snow for a while, maybe for the rest of the winter and spring. Keep our fingers crossed on that, right? 53 miles an hour, a gust at Corbett. Fremont Bridge had a gust of 40, Troutdale 35, so it has been a very windy affair. There is a winter weather advisory for the Coast Range and a winter storm warning for the Cascades because of the heavy snow I mentioned. That extends clear on down through the Sierra Nevada, and they also have wind advisories. They also have a flood warning here, and that extends over into the Reno area. And then the blue, those are avalanche watches and warnings because of the heavy snow they're going to get on top of the very light powdery snow they've been getting for weeks now, it seems. So interesting weather pattern. Now, this is the old area of low pressure right here. That one is kind of being usurped by the next one that's becoming the dominant one right here. That's going to make sure that we keep this northeast wind going for a little while. But again, the winds are beginning to switch as these move closer to the coast. So it's going to keep us in the 40s overnight, and then we'll be in the 50s come the weekend. Look at this line of cloud extending into California. That is the atmospheric river that we've been talking about. Here's the break overnight tonight, and notice the winds begin to switch and come out of the south. Now, this is interesting. About 4:30 in the morning, we get this band of precipitation over us. Earlier runs of the model suggested this would be snow over us, but now rain, and I like that better. I think that's the more likely reality that we'll be facing. Either way, it's just going to be rain showers tomorrow afternoon. Actually, it turns into a kind of decent day. It'll be blustery, but we should get a few glimpses of the sun as it breaks on off into showers. Here's the atmospheric river. Look where it started, way down south of Hawaii in the deep tropics. So that's why we're seeing so much rain pushing into California and Oregon. We are not being shorted on the rainfall either. Look at these amounts as we go to next week because there's another system coming our way Monday that'll really begin to pile up the rainfall here in Oregon. California, 4 or 5 inches common on the coast, and that'll be feet of snow in the Sierra Nevada. And for us, feet of snow, 3 to 4 feet over the next week in the Cascades. So yeah, we're building our snowpack, which is great. 43 right now, freezing level 3,000 feet. Alrighty then, tonight we've got the rain and windy weather. Tomorrow showers though, and the east wind will switch and come out of the south. Get up to about 48 tomorrow, but then the 50s over the weekend. Daylight saving time returns on Sunday morning, just in time for that Shamrock run. So you runners, you're going to lose an hour of sleep as you prepare for the run on Sunday. But nonetheless, at least it gets a little bit warmer, David.